Wellness beautiful beings, welcome to my channel. My name is Rashida Silvertree, and today's topic is no one owns the land. We can only be stewards of it. We can only be stewards of the land. And so I just wanted to talk about a little bit about that. It's a very deep subject for me because I have an affinity with the land and with food and agriculture, farming. And so let's get into it. So right now there is a conflict, another big conflict that they're putting on air because there's conflict everywhere, right? There are wars and battles going on all over the place, but the patriarchal media tends to focus on certain things for a specific agenda. We all know this, and currently there's the new conflict between Palestine and Israel, and then before that there's Russia and Ukraine. And so the theme that I'm starting to see in the patterns which I've made over the years is that no one can own the land. The land was never meant to be owned, only cared for. Human beings, like our bodies, we don't own our bodies. Our bodies are vessels, right? They're tools that we use in this life to help sustain us so that we can live out our purpose, live out our dreams, our inspirations, our goals, and get through certain challenges. And so like the land, we must take care of it. We must take our bodies to the doctors and to get checkups and to feed our bodies the right food. And sometimes when we don't necessarily have that relationship with our body begins to fail us. Same with how we treat Mother Earth. When we don't have a relationship with the earth or with the mother that provides our food and our shelter and the minerals that we use to create our electronic devices such as our phone, our cell phones, even the towers that give out the 5G, all that comes from somewhere, from the earth. So when we don't, and we lack relationship with the Mother Earth, that is when things go wrong and have gone wrong for a really, 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 really long time, longer than the word time was created. And I, as a person that has worked as a farmer, I did a little volunteer work for a while. During COVID, I worked in specific places in the Southwest, and then in the Midwest. I worked in a herbal farm. I worked also in a kale farm. I worked in a vegetable farm. I helped raise chickens, and all the like wonderful experiences. And through those experiences of learning how to harvest food, learning about the importance of your source of water, the importance of caring for your animals that give you food or eggs and milk and whatnot, it was revealed to me how important the land is, and how she really, once you lock in with her and you study her and you feel her and you eat what she gives you, you really consume and take her in, you embrace her, she'll reveal certain things to you. And it saddens me that human beings continue to practice this world domination bullcrap. Like a little is never enough. World domination is part of the mental illness in the patriarchal society. So what does it mean to be a steward of the land? Do you have to own 100 acres of land? Do you have to, only do farming for the rest of your life and get up at 4 a.m. every morning to feed the cows and the chickens? There is a form of responsibility as a steward of the land. And yes, I had to get up super early to get the chickens fed, eggs harvested, and I had to, clean out their pen. I had to get up in the hot blazing sun to collect some, to restack corn that fell over during a windstorm. You have all of the land teaches you the importance of adaptability and flexibility. Like in my previous video I made of Nothing's Guaranteed, it teaches you to be in flow of what is. In one season there may not be a lot of water, in another there might be plentiful of corn and tomatoes and sunflower seeds you can share with your neighbors, share with your community. The land teaches you how to get through spaces in times when there's scarcity, when there's very little. And the land teaches you how to share with others. I understand that there must be some form of autonomy and identity and ownership. Okay, I get that. You work hard, you take your paycheck, you get the car you needed, you get the clothes you need to wear, you pay for your utility bills for light, electricity, running water. But nothing should ever be owned. There's still actively human slavery going on right now. Right now. Humanity is obsessed with owning. Why? Why are we so obsessed with ownership? Is it because there's a deep belief that we are nothing without anything? I guess for me it's easier said than, for me, because I'm a minimalist. I'm teaching myself how to just focus on my needs and make sure that the quality of the things I have is not subpar, but the material possessions I have are of highest quality, and that I focus more on my health, and I focus more on my financial abundance. I focus more on my role in my community than anything else. But for some others, because of the patriarchal system, we get really, I've been out of shape when our comfort level is challenged. We get bent out of shape when, let's say, it's, what's so funny? I'm thinking of the times, because I'm a winter person. I grew up in the northern hemisphere of the earth, okay, of the planet, where 4 seasons. I grew up with 4 seasons. And all throughout my life, when we lived up in upstate New York, in Buffalo, New York, we would have the worst winters, okay? I mean, you open up your door and then there's snow all the way above your roof, like that, in a 2-story home, okay? So I know winter. But what was so funny is as modern as, we are, and growing up in a modern day society, I learned at a very young age how to adapt. Okay, the pipes are frozen. What do you want to do next time? You turn on the faucet to let the water drip a little bit so your pipes don't burst because of pressure, right? Or, you learn how to conserve your food. When the lights go off during the winter, you take your food and you put it outside, or you put it in the garage where it can keep cool. You learn certain little tricks like that can help you. And that's always stayed with me as an adult. People call poverty such a horrible thing, or sometimes people glamorize poverty like it's the most virtuous thing ever, which it's not, okay? But a lot of the time we condemn, those that live very simple lives. We look down on them. But really, they're more in flow and more adaptable to unpredictable happenings than most are. So, back to Stewards of the Land. Being a steward of the land. Ask yourself what role are you playing? Because when you think of yourself being a steward, you're a caretaker then. So what is your role as a caretaker in your society? In your patriarchal society, what is your role? Are you focused more on taking? Caretaker or caregiver? Right? So yeah, like, obviously go and support your local neighborhood garden or your farmer's market. Fortunately, I live in a place where we have Amish culture is huge where I live. We see them riding on the buggies with the horse and a little carriage. I swear to God, it's like we're back in 1875, okay? 1875, no joke. Even where I work at the hospital, they are very, like, I see them, okay, coming in and out with the little bonnets. It's really cute, and they speak their Pennsylvania Dutch, and but with their way of life, it's very simple, and it's almost like this weird culture where they're blend. It's a very blended culture of this old way of living with modern day technology and modern day living, But I would say that they are active participants of being stewards of the earth. But I want to ask you this, or leave you with this question. If you own absolutely nothing, what is your value? If you own absolutely nothing, what is your value? Just think about that. Thank you.